Hi, everybody. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Olivia. I'm trying to figure out how to pay it forward when you have no resources or anybody that really can help you with that. So I figured if I get my story out there, then at least I know I'm doing everything that I can. April 13th, 2009, I saw a picture of myself for my daughter's birthday party. I went straight to when I saw the picture, within 10 minutes I was on the Weight Watchers website, and I signed up for Weight Watchers, and I went to my next meeting. I weighed in at 370 pounds. My first week I lost 11.2. I had a gain my second week, like 0.6. And I lost 20 pounds pretty easily, but then I had an issue with my thyroid. I wasn't taking my medicine properly, and I physically went and called the endocrinologist, said I needed him. By the grace of God, there was an appointment that was canceled for the next day. So here I show up at the endocrinologist, bigger than I've ever been. Told him I wasn't good at taking my medication. I was down about 10 pounds. And I was trying to get the weight off because I knew that's what I had to do. We did labs. He fixed the thyroid, and he said to keep losing weight. And I'll go back to that experience, because when I went back, it was pretty cool. And then I still bounced. I bounced a little bit until about July. And that's when I had to stop lying to myself, and I had to physically kick my own butt. I started weighing myself every day, which you should never do, but it worked for me. I weighed myself every day. I was spot on with my food. I cut everything out. I didn't go out to dinner. I didn't physically eat. I had one dessert a day, but it was always a Weight Watchers dessert. That was the one thing that I gave myself every day, but it was always low in points. It wasn't regular ice cream or anything. And I physically started walking. And I had a bulging disc in my back from a car accident the year before, and so I was still healing from that, and it hurt, but I just kept walking. There was no exceptions. I physically did that walk every day for the first year, I think minus maybe 10 times, but I loved my walks. It was my time that I took for myself. Yes, I got mad at times because my husband wouldn't walk with me, or I couldn't find somebody to walk with me, but I stomped out of the house and I did my walk with my iPod by myself. And I did it for me. I didn't have to do it for anybody else. The weight started to fall off. In August, I lost 13 pounds. In September, I popped out 18 pounds. October, I lost only about 7, but I physically had lost 8 pounds that last week in September. November, same case scenario. Holiday time, people gain weight. Not me. I lost 14 pounds between the 6 weeks of the holidays, from Thanksgiving to the end of New Year's. I was down 14 pounds. I said no to cookies. I said no to whatever it was. I didn't eat it. I didn't bring it in my house. That's what I had to do for me. And then January comes around. January, I get to go back to the endocrinologist for my 6-month checkup, so he gets to see how, just to check labs. Well, I don't think he expected to see what he got. When I showed up, I was 75 pounds lighter than I was the last time I had seen him. I was down 85 pounds total. So, Dr. Rugemer, he had said at the end of the appointment, he didn't remember me really from when I was really big. He remembered me the size that I was. And he said what I had done was remarkable, and to keep doing what I was doing. And I like the word remarkable because it's a good description of how hard it is to manage to lose weight by yourself without having a gym membership or any, I had my Weight Watchers. That's what I did. My regular I've had for 20 years. Physically did, my weight for Weight Watchers is 265. 265 was about midway for me for weight loss, but it was splitting it up, so I wasn't going to try and kill myself to lose 200 pounds trying to get to a lifetime membership for Weight Watchers. So that's what I did for myself. And I had an injury right after I saw Dr. Rugemer. I wanted a margarita, and I have a wonderful recipe for a 2-point margarita, so it wasn't going to hurt me points-wise, but I needed ice, and I ended up slipping on ice, and I got a bone chip on my tibia, which is one of the most painful things in the whole wide world. I did walk that Sunday before I saw the doctor. I walked really slow on the treadmill, but I did walk. Then I physically wasn't allowed to do anything for a week, which almost killed me. I lost 4 pounds. That was great. And then I started to struggle because I had gotten, all I did was sit there. So my legs were already up and I just started bouncing. But my doctor and I sat down with him when I saw him, and we changed my goal to 285 just for the fact that it was a mental struggle of trying to make every goal that I had set for myself. And my goal was 265, and I knew I would get there, but I just didn't want to have to sit there and worry about it now that I was laid up for a couple weeks because of an injury. He had no problem. He did the note. When I walked into Weight Watchers with the note, I physically was at 285, so I physically started my 6 weeks of maintenance. My goal was set for February 23rd. I physically reached lifetime at Weight Watchers with a weight loss of 96 pounds. And I was down 96 pounds, so I was right around 274 is what I was. And I hit my 105, which was my 265 on March 23rd, which is absolutely phenomenal. I lost 105 pounds. It ended up being 107 pounds in a year. So I averaged a 2-pound weight loss.